what I'm doing is I'm going to show you how to do a king prawn dhansak from scratch, and that will include the base gravy that I'm going to make up here, the mixed curry powder that I make, and this comprises of turmeric, paprika, coriander, cumin, garam masala, and a Madras curry powder, all shaken up in there. And then you got the base gravy, and the base gravy, that basically when you go out to a restaurant and whatever curry you have, you know, be it a boona, a biryani, a korma, whatever you have, the basis behind the curry will be the base gravy. So they'll all be doing what I'm doing here. You know, they'll be making up big batches of this and then freezing it off and using it as and when. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. Bottoms up. I'll speak to you later. So there's the process for the base gravy started. You've got 6 onions all chopped up in there with a bit of vegetable oil, a pint of vegetable stock, a carrot, some garlic ginger paste, some salt, red pepper, green pepper, and some coriander. So about 45 minutes time, that'll be all bubbling away, and then I will add the double cream and my mixed curry powder and leave it bubbling away for a further 5 minutes, and then I will blend it up with my hand blender, and that's bloody lovely, that stuff. And it's, as I said before, it's the basis of every curry you'll eat in an Indian restaurant, and it's also good on its own, just with bloody crusty bread. So here we go, this is the final stage of the, it's actually, I lie, it's the penultimate stage of the base gravy. So there's 2 tablespoons of my super duper homemade curry powder going in there. Then there will be some double cream. Give that a mix up. Look at that, oh my word. This doesn't smell very nice at all. Just you wait, we'll give this another 5 minutes and then we'll blend her up. We'll blitz her down into the base gravy. Or curry soup. You could call it curry soup, couldn't you? That's basically what it is. God, I love this. Oh, right, another 5 minutes, guys, and I'll be back to blitz that. Now, what goes in the king prawn dhansak? We've got 100 grams of red lentils, garlic ginger paste, vegetable oil, a finely chopped red onion, a small red chilli. It doesn't look a lot. That can do some damage, that sucker. Finely chopped coriander, fresh coriander, and a freshly squeezed lemon. Now the spices, what we've got here is a cinnamon stick, we've got salt, turmeric, brown sugar, cumin, garam masala, fennel seeds, coriander, and some mild Madras curry powder. So what I do with the prawns is I butterfly them. Because then they puff up when you fry them off in the curry, and they double in size, they become so meaty. So butterfly these little dudes, and I'll see you in a minute when I'm frying it all up. Now in the process of boiling up my lentils, So they'll boil away for about 20 minutes and then I'll mash them up and then start frying off with the Dhansak process. Right, hopefully you can hear me over the fan. Now we're going to start frying all this up. First thing I'm going to do, I've heated up some vegetable oil. I'm going to chuck in our red onion, finely chopped red onion. Now for whatever reason, red onion cooks quicker than white onion. Don't ask me how, but it does. Now these pans that I use, this aluminium pan, I find they're the best for curries. Well, for frying up in general really, because for whatever reason, again, it dissipates the heat better and the whole pan heats up very quickly. So the surface area that the food is cooking on is greater, and it seems to caramelise the mixture better than an anodised pan, I think anyway. And when you go into a lot of the Indian restaurants, you'll find that they use these aluminium pans, so they must be right for the job. The onions have softened up nicely. I've popped the garlic ginger paste in there now. That's coming along nice there, caramelising. Now we chuck all our spices in. And there's one that I forgot to mention when I was telling you what went in there, and it was black mustard seeds. There's black mustard seeds in there as well. Now if that dries out a bit, which it does, you can add a touch of water just to stop the spices burning. And we'll just fry those spices off for a minute or so. With the onions and the garlic ginger paste, the cinnamon stick there, we'll take that out in a minute. That won't do your nashers any good, I'll tell you. Now then goes the chilli in. And like I said, there doesn't look to be a lot here, but this will knock you out into the weed, as they say in America. Then we pop a couple of ladles of base gravy in there. See it all starting to take shape now and actually look like a curry, you know. I love the colour of it. Now let's start thinking about the rice. So if I spark up this pan here, and I always boil some water, and I typically for a portion of rice I will use 1/4 of a cup, so half a cup, 2 people. Now let's pop the lentils in. That's the lentils in that were boiled previously for 20 minutes. Right, let's sort this rice out. Chuck that in. Now rice, what I do is I boil it for 9 minutes, and then after 9 minutes I will take it out dunk it in the sieve in the sink, and then pour boiling water over it again to get the starch, even more starch out of it. And then I'll just use a fork and turn it over for a couple of minutes to steam dry, and that makes it all fluffy and nice. So about 10 past, that rice should be ready. Right, let's pop the prawns in now. There's our butterfly prawns. Now these dudes only take about, probably 4 minutes. And they're done. And they go from grey to pink. We'll squeeze a lemon in there. Some coriander. And you can see those prawns, they're like prawns on steroids now, they're right puffed up. So here we have it, the King Prawn Dhansak. Let's just plate one up for you. There's the fluffy rice, some prawns. There you go, look at those, the big chunky ones now. See what Bear thinks of this.